Hello and welcome to Herald TV News Bulletin with me, Orina. The Margao Civil and Criminal Court granted 7 days police custody to the accused in Varka murder case. Jubel Martins, daughter of the deceased Trinidad Martins, has been accused of murdering her father. The victim was done to death on Thursday between 7 and 8 p.m. in a residential area.
The Margao Civil and Criminal Court granted 7 days police custody to the accused in Varka murder case. Jubel Martins, daughter of the deceased Trinidad Martins, has been accused of murdering her father. On Thursday, Trinidad Martins is done to death with iron rod. Someone makes a call to the police Thursday evening. Caller says that Trinidad is not responding to calls. On arrival, police find that Trinidad Martins has been done to death. After 2 days of questioning, Jubel Martins is arrested for murder.
Schools in Goa opened for physical classes after almost 2 years due to the COVID pandemic, which kept students away from classes. Most students were overjoyed to see their classmates and teachers. The Sanjay School for Special Children too started on Monday with about 70% attendance.
Schools in Goa opened for physical classes from Monday. Teachers welcomed the students by decorating the classrooms.
2 वर्षांत ज्या त्रास ह्या भुरग्यांनी सोंसले भितरल्यान ती आतां सुटका जाली अशी समजूत जाल्या आनी आतां आगामी आमी शिक्षका कडेन चर्चा वगैरे केल्ली आसा आमी आनी आगामी 1-2 म्हयन्या भितर एकंदर आमच्या अभ्यासक्रमाचो आढावो घेवन ह्या विद्यार्थ्यांक अद्यावत शिक्षण कशें मेळटलें ह्या संदर्भांत आमी सगळे प्रयत्न तशे आसतले त्या साठी आमचे जे शिक्षक सहकारी आसात आनी पेरंट टिचर एसोसिएशन आसात हांकां आमी विश्वासान घेतला आनी आमची खात्री आसा की 2 वर्सां हो जो कालावधी जो गेलो तो ऑनलायन पद्दतीन जरी आमी शिक्षण दिलें तरी जी प्रत्यक्ष भेटीची शिक्षकांची आनी विद्यार्थ्यांची एकमेका कडेन ती जी उणीव जाल्ली ती उणीव भरून येतली.
I feel so happy because I was waiting for the news of the education department that school will start. I was waiting, so I was so happy when it came, the news and all.
So it was a little bit headache for you to get up early morning to come back?
Yeah, because in pandemic times our school was used to like 8 o'clock they used to start, and now we have to wake up at 5:30 or 6 to prepare for school and all.
Teachers of Sanjay School said it was an emotional moment for them to meet the special students after 2 years. During the interim period, online classes were conducted for students, or sometimes teachers also visited the homes of the special children.
गेली 2 वर्सां अनेक अडचणी आमकां आयल्यो ऑनलायन क्लास कंडक्ट करपाक. थोड्या जाणांक रेंजीचो इश्यू आशिल्लो, थोड्या पेरंट्सांक प्रॉब्लम जाताले आनी म्हणटकूच आयज एक असो इमोशनल दीस आमच्या सगळ्यां खातीर आसा. टिचर्सांकूय आज खूब भरून आयिल्लें आसा की तांच्यांनी भुरग्यांकूय 2 वर्सांनी पळयल्या तांच्या भितर वेगवेगळे जे बिहेवियरल इश्यूज आसता ह्या भुरग्यां मदीं ते हँडल करपाक आमच्यो टिचरी जो प्रयत्न करताली 2 वर्सां फाटलीं 2 वर्सां ऑनलायन क्लासीस म्हणून किंवा आनी होम विजिट्स करून त्या प्रयत्नाक काही म्हाका दिसता यश आयिल्लें आसा आनी आतां फुडलो हो जो काळ आसा म्हाका दिसता आमी 2 वर्सां जे फाटीं गेल्याचें हांव म्हणचो ना पण ज्यो कितें अडी अडचणी आमकां आयल्यो ताचेर मात करून फुडल्या कांय म्हयन्या भितर आमी हो जो गॅप जो आसा तो भरून काडपाचो प्रयत्न आमचे सगळे स्पेशल एड्युकेटर्स आमचे सगळो स्टाफ करतलो.
Although some parents welcomed the starting of schools on Monday, parents are still apprehensive about the starting of schools when the COVID pandemic has still not fully gone away. So when parents of students of one school in Vasco were asked to sign a consent, that is a virtual undertaking that school management is not responsible if anything happens to students in school, they were agitated.
Though some parents are relieved that physical classes have finally begun after nearly 2 years of the COVID pandemic, parents of students of a school in Vasco were unhappy that they were made to sign a consent that school management is not responsible for student safety.
आमी हांगासर येयल्ली आहा कित्याक आमकां टिचरीन कालूच राती मॅसेज धाडली कितें तुमी कन्सर्ट धाडा म्हणून कित्याक तुमी रिस्पॉन्सिबिलिटी घेता आमी रिस्पॉन्सिबिलिटी घेयना गव्हर्मेंट घेयना टिचरी घेयना इंस्टिट्यूट घेयना तुमी पेरंट्सांनी तुमच्या ओन रिस्कार तुमी भुरग्यांक धाडपाची आजून काय कोवीड सोंपोंक ना आमी कशी धाडटली आमच्या भुरग्यांक ओन रिस्कार आतां हांवें कन्सर्ट बरोवन दिल्लें टिचरीक आनी म्हाज्या भुरग्याक हांवें स्कुलान धाडलें टिचरीन म्हाका फोन करून विचारलें कितें तुवें तुज्या भुरग्याक कित्याक धाडलें तुवें कन्सर्ट दिला तूं परमीट करिना म्हणून आमकां स्कुलां चालू जाल्ली जायी पूण ती कितें म्हणटा टिचरी कितें सांगता आमी रिस्पॉन्सिबिलिटी घेयना इंस्टिट्यूट घेयना गव्हर्मेंट घेयना तुमी ओन तुमच्या रिस्कार धाडा म्हणटा पूण म्हाज्या ती सबंदीस मास्क घालतली सॅनिटायझर लायतली मागीर एका भुरग्या कडेन उलयतली खातली आनी सीक पडले जाल्यार कोण ताका जबाबदार.
हांव स्कुलान येयल्लो पेरंट्साचे एका हें करपाक लागून एक व्यू घेवपाक लागून टिचरीन तेणी स्कूल स्टार्ट केलेलें आहा आनी क्लासीस भुरग्यांक मायनर भुरगीं ती हांव कितें म्हणटा हे मायनर भुरग्यांक बाय फोर्सिबल टिचरींनी ओ स्कूल ऑथॉरिटीनी हें करपाक जायना फोर्स करून आमकां तांकां भुरग्यांक धाडपाक. ही भुरगीं शिकतात पळय ती ल्हान आसात आनी तुमी ऑनलायन क्लासीस जे घेतले तेच कंटिन्यू करपाचे ऑनलायन क्लासीस. हांव ऑब्जेक्ट करता कित्याक ही प्री मिटींग तरी जावंक जाय आसली पेरंट्स PTA मिटींग आमचे कडेन कन्सिडर करून फुडें स्टेप घेवपाक. पूण हें अशें करूंक ना. वयल्यान टिचरी सांगतात तुमी इलेक्शनाक वोट घालूंक ना काय म्हणून. दीस इज कंप्लिटली रॉंग ऑफ देर टू डायरेक्ट अस एंड टेल अस दॅट टू हाव यू पुट अ वोट. Student didn't go to put the vote. They are students. We are objecting the students to go to school. Why? Because now recently from yesterday I have gone to the channels. In the channel, Omicron 2 is come. That is worse than Omicron 1. So I request these authorities, school authorities, to start school, but take precaution.
Legal Metrology Ponda conducted a raid at Usgaon and seized 23 weighing machines which were faulty. The team led by Inspector Schubert John DaCosta stated that these weighing machines were used in general stores, mill stores, chicken centers, jewelry shops, by scrap traders and bar and restaurant owners.
Unverified weights and weighing scales were confiscated by the Legal Metrology Department in Ponda. The drive will continue, said the Inspector Schubert John DaCosta.
We have carried out a total of 80 inspections, and out of which we have managed to book 23 cases. And we had checked all the traders who are dealing in business such as general store, horticulture, chicken centers, milk societies, then jewelry, financial institutions, and scrap traders and the bar and restaurants, in which we had found that they were using the unverified weight and measure which were kept for use in the trading premises. This inspection was carried out under the guidance of our controller Mr. Prasad Shirodkar, Mr. Arun Panchwadkar, Assistant Controller Package Commodity, Mr. Demo Mapari, who is the Assistant Controller for Central Zone Pension.
Now let's take a short break. Welcome back. Government has spent crores of rupees on the North Goa District Hospital Mapsa. However, there is sewage overflowing from the hospital. Sewage is flowing from North Goa District Hospital Mapsa onto the road. The sewage flows into the gutter and then onto the roads, emitting a foul smell and posing a threat to patients and their relatives who visit the hospital.
Social worker Sanjay Burde has pointed out that the government should have ensured that the sewage works are not neglected after spending crores of rupees on the hospital.
आणि वो ते लाखांनी म्हाका दिसता मोर दॅन 1 कोटीचे 2 कोटीचे वर खर्च पूण कॉन्ट्रॅक्टर जेन्ना काम करता बिल्डिंगेची गव्हर्मेंट बिल्डिंगेची तेन्ना इंजिनियर जो आसता सुपरवायझर जो आसता तेजी जबाबदारी आसता काम करून घेवपाची. पूण त्या प्रमाणे गव्हर्मेंटाची कामां जी आयज केलेली आयज कॉन्ट्रॅक्टरान बिल्डिंग जी बांदलेली आसा ती बिल्डिंगेचें काम पळोवंक गेले जाल्यार वयर हेंच्यांनी फॅब्रिकेशन करून परत गव्हर्मेंटाक परत राहान घातलेले आसा. पूण कॉन्ट्रॅक्टर जेन्ना काम करता तेन्ना कन्सल्टिंग जो PWCचो इंजिनियर आहा असिस्टंट इंजिनियर बिल्डिंग सेक्शनाचो तेणी हे लक्ष घालूंक जाय आसलें.
The annual Kalyanchi Zatra Banana Festival at the Babreshwar Temple, popular owing to the numerous bananas offered to the deity by devotees, began on Monday. Several devotees from across the state visited the temple in Kalangut.
जे आमचे डोनर्स आहा तांकां हांव काजार देव बरें तेंचे जायते मोलाचो वांटो तेंच्यांनी दिले म्हणून आमची चडशे आमकां इजी जालें. आनी तशेंच लोकां कडेन मागता हांव कितें फूल ते पाक बांदला वचप
हो महोत्सव हे कितके दीस चलतलो जात्रेचे?
हे 7 दीस चलतले, एवरीडे जाता. आयज पयलीं सकाळी फुडें लघुनृत्य जातलो, मागीर आतां महानैवेद्य आहा, मागीर रातचे मागीर दशावतार नाटक आहा. तसोच दुसरे दिसा फाल्यां सत्यनारायण सार्वजनीक महापुजा आहा, मागीर महानैवेद्य आहा, मागीर रातचे प्रोग्राम आहा. एवरीडे अशेंच चलता. 7 दीस महाप्रसाद आसता. आमी लोक हेका खूब व्हडले खोशयेन हेचो लाभ घेता. जवळ जवळ आतां देवूळ काम आमी गेल्यार 70% जायत येयलें आहा. कांय ते कारणास्तव आमचें तें मातशें कितें सांग तामिळनाडू वचून फातर येतालें आमकां, ते मातशें डिले जाले. नाल्यार 6 म्हयन्या जावपाचें आसलें, ताका लागून मातशें आमकां डिले जालें. आनी आमकांय कितें चडशें कितें आमची आमी हें करता आसतना आमकां खुबशे हे येयले, म्हणजे पावस येयलो जावं आनी कितें येयलें, ताका लागून मातशें संकट येयलें, ताका लागून मातशें डिले कशें जालें. पूण हें आतां कितें आनी 1-2 म्हयन्यांनी जातलें अशें आमच्या कॉन्ट्रॅक्टान सांगलां.
हे जे घर बांदता पळय हे सगळे आंगवणीचें घर?
हे सगळे आंगवण्याचे पड, आमी पण खोशयेनूय बांदतात. जे कोण आपणाक दिसता की आपणें काम जावचें म्हणटा पयल्याच खोशयेन दिता आनी फुडल्या वर्सा परत येवन दिता. दुसरें म्हणल्यार कितें सांगता हांव, आतां पळय देवूळ बांदपाचें आसलें आमचें न्हू, तें एक म्हणजे व्हडलो मॉल म्हणजे आमची म्हाजी कमिटी म्हणजे आमची एक कमिटी आमी सगळ्यांनी अशें डिसिजन घेतलें की एक भव्य दिव्य आनी सगळ्या गांवच्या लोकांचें आसलें तें आमी स्वप्न पुराय करपाक एक मोठ्या सगळ्यान कश्टान हें काम करून केल्लें आहा. आनी फळ आमची कमिटीक चड आसत देव बरें करून म्हाका हें दिलें म्हणून.
Mumbai City FC are left with 4 matches to qualify for the playoffs in this ISL season. The Islanders, Mumbai City FC, will clash against the Giants SC East Bengal on Tuesday. Speaking to the media in the pre-match press conference, head coach of Mumbai City FC Des Buckingham said the Islanders will play another crucial match. Presently, their focus is to win each and every match to seal their spot in the playoffs.
I said after the game we should have come away with a result from the last one. I think when we went a goal down, Jamshedpur started quicker than we did, and to lose Jahal, and we didn't quite adjust quick enough before they conceded, or before we conceded the second. But once we got into the half time and were able to adjust our team and adjust the plan to cater for that, I was very impressed and happy with how we come out in that second half, and to get back to 2-2, was very pleased with. So going into this one, we know there's 4 games left. But again, it's important that, East Bengal, regardless of where they are on the table right now, obviously with a new coach and a different way of working, they will be a tough team. But we must focus and only focus on this game. And we know how important it is for us and the club to set us up well then for the last 3. We're still waiting on the scan results from Jahal. So we'll wait for them to come in before we make a call on him. Obviously, he's a very influential player. So we'll make the right decision by him short term, because again, long term, and I say long term, for 3 league games and hopefully semi-finals and then Champions League, it's important that we have our best players available for those periods of time. But otherwise, everyone else is ready to go again. We've had 2 days off. Players trained yesterday, and we'll train again today, and everyone's fresh and ready to go. The mood in the camp has never been a problem. And I think that's where you go back to having good people as well as good players in this environment. And we spoke all season about a sense and feeling of family amongst this group. And I certainly still see that and feel that. And the group are very clear on what we want to do and how we want to achieve it. And until that's not possible, they're very upbeat and ready to make sure that we can approach this game, which will set us up for the final 3, to put ourselves in the best position come the end of the season.
Yeah, and another question. We saw Mumbai shifting to something like a 4-3-3 after Jahu got injured. So can we see that in the upcoming games, continuing the same system?
When we made the change, we brought Vinny on to continue playing with our 2 holders. I just felt the way Jamshedpur were playing, we needed to get more opportunities to get in behind them. They're very good defensively, very strong, and I felt that the way we played in front of them allowed them to play to their strengths. So we changed that system at half time and brought players on to try and exploit those spaces that we hadn't in the first half, and it worked really well. Obviously, East Bengal, with the way that they play, they've new coach, they've got a couple of different ways that they've set up. So it will depend upon a couple of things. One on Jahal and whether or not he's fit, and the other will depend upon how we think they will play, to see what team we field and what team we feel will get the best result from that game.
Yeah. So I wanted to ask you that, is Bengal at the bottom half of the table? So there's an expectation for Mumbai City FC to beat them. So does this add an pressure on the team, and how the coach handles this situation that the players don't succumb to that pressure?
Yeah, I think we've seen all along. The Power Cup continues. We've seen all along that teams, regardless of the league position right now, are able to beat anyone, and we see that the other night with North East. So we can't turn our attention away from making sure that we perform to the top of our ability and the top level that we have against East Bengal, because we've played them once already. For me, we dropped 2 points. We should have come away with 3. And we know how important this game is to us, not just in the context of where we are in the league, but making sure we put ourselves in the position that we want come the end of the game, which is to finish strong and to make sure we set ourselves up well for the final 3 games.
That's all we have in today's news bulletin. Thanks for watching Herald TV News. For more news alerts, please follow us on O Heraldo on Facebook and Twitter. Take care and goodbye.